Good morning, everybody. It's 6:12 a.m. We are headed up to the shop. I'm going to try and keep this brief before I have to turn onto the gravel road because I've had a couple of complaints about the sound quality in the truck, and y'all are right. However, there's only so many ways to get to my shop, and not one of them is all paved road. So I'll do what I can. So I wanted to make a little ear nugget for you guys regarding a Minuteman Loadout. Now, I've done a couple videos on that. I've talked about my plate carrier setup, my chest rig setup, and my gun belt setup. Battle belt, which I think is just that's a stupid term. Battle buddy, battle belt. It's a belt. He's your buddy. Whatever. Okay. My gun belt, my battle belt, we've talked about that. All right, and I've said in a previous video that my battle belt plus my chest rig would make a real good call-out kit. You know, militiaman. I'm thinking first responder, but that's not the word I'm looking for. You guys know the word that I'm looking for, right? So, it'll come to me. It'll be 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm going to yell that word up at the ceiling. Okay. What should that kit look like? Well, I would say first, you need 6 magazines. Plus 1 in the gun. 30-round mags for your AR platform or your AK platform. And you should be running the same caliber as the rest of your buddies. Right? If you're not, and somebody runs dry, you're going to have a problem. Potentially. And I like 5.56 by 45. I don't love it. I like it. It's an 8.0 round. It's easily scavengeable, says me, after an event. The U.S. military runs it. Several other allied militaries run it. You can buy it still reasonably cheap on the surplus market. Midway had 420 rounds of 62 grain penetrators, green tips, penetrators, for $119 not that long ago. Me and Squid bought a bunch of it. I say a bunch. I think we got 4 cases of it or whatever. It was hard to pass up. $120 for 420 rounds. Pretty good, for green tips. So anyway, right, 6 magazines. 2 quart canteens at a minimum. 2 quart canteens. Those canteens should be set up to where you have a canteen cup. I would say maybe a canteen cup in one canteen holder and a canteen stove in the other, and so either some triaxine tabs, definitely some water purification tablets in with your canteens. Right. You could also run a bladder. We'll get to that. But a minimum of 2 quart canteens. Some kind of incidental calories. Something. I like peanuts. Y'all know that. Peanuts, granola bars, protein bars, MedRx bars or Cliff bars or whatever. Right? Incidental calories. A good fixed blade knife. It's like the core of any system to me. It's, what's the commonality between a militiaman kit, a first responder, a police officer, an EMT, a soldier, a woodsman, right? A hunter. What do they all have in common? Knives, right? It's the most basic human tool. So good fixed blade knife. We are not going to make it before the gravel road. So hold on, I'll go slowly. Okay. So a good fixed blade knife, and I would say on your belt, a pistol with 1 spare magazine. Okay? Minuteman Loadout. There it is. Bing! Minuteman, not first responder. Shut up, T. Dummy. Okay. Basically, my battle belt that I've showed you guys. I also have a small survival kit on my belt that can be, whatever. But if you choose to run a day pack with your gear, throw it in your day pack. If you don't run a day pack with your gear, don't. Or if you're out of real estate in your day pack, put it somewhere else. But that survival kit is, you know, the basics. You can go watch that video, but there's a small survival kit in there. It's inside an IFAC bag, because you can get IFAC bags reasonably cheap, and they make a good holder. So that's what I have on my belt. That's what I would have on your belt. Now, as far as the rest of the setup, right, I think a day pack for most guys is gonna be good. Have a day pack with some cover in it. You know, cover, cordage, combustion, container, cutting tool, right? So have, you know, your poncho and your whoopee, maybe, whatever. Some maps of where you're operating. A radio that is programmed to your buddy's radios would be highly recommended. Spare socks, wool socks would be real good. Wool synthetic blend, whatever. Cotton is not recommended. It's better than nothing, but it's not recommended. So if you have a short supply of wool socks, yeah, I know that parts with standard military thought, but I would rather have cotton socks than no socks. I'd rather have wool socks than cotton socks. So there you go. You know, all the odds and ends in your day pack. And you could choose to have a water bladder in your day pack as well. And if you can take the weight, do it. But, you know, when I say lightweight loadout, I'm talking, you know, maybe you have your belt on and a day pack, or your belt and a chest rig and a day pack. And a belt and a day pack should get you in at like 20 pounds. Right? I'd say a belt, chest rig, and day pack, you're going to get closer to 30. You know, the belt itself, my battle belt, I think weighs about, we could do the math, 2 quarts of water is 4 pounds. I have 4 mags on my belt because I run it with a chest rig or a plate carrier. Well, let's say you had 6 mags on your belt. Okay, so that'd be another 6 pounds is 10 pounds. The belt itself is probably another pound. Your pistol and a spare magazine, 2 more pounds, so you're at 13 pounds. Small survival kit, 2 more pounds, 15 pounds. You know, throw an H harness on that thing and you got a 15-pound belt. You know, your knife, 16 pounds. So, yeah, maybe with a day pack, you're, you know, 25 pounds actually, and with a chest rig, you're 30, 35 pounds. But it's distributed, which I think is important. We've talked about line gear and all of that. It's distributed. But I'm not really a lightweight guy. I understand the importance of weight, but I also know how much weight I can take. So if I can shave ounces, I will. If I can save pounds, I will. But I also really enjoy capability. I mean, there's ultralight hikers that will go hike the Appalachian Trail with a pair of shorts, 2 pairs of socks, you know, a long sleeve, a short sleeve, a tarp, and a couple other things, right? Cooking kit, water filter, and that's it. And they'll go do, you know, however many hundreds of miles of the AT, the Appalachian Trail, as an ultralight hiker. And that's cool. And when they get done, their feet are so beat up that all their toenails fall off, or they can't walk for a month because they've got, you know, open bleeding sores. And, you know, they have exposure issues of, they've gotten way too much sun, and they're malnourished, and they haven't slept properly, and like all the things, right? So as a feat, you know, of bragging rights, you could say, oh yeah, that's cool-ish. For sustained operations, no thank you. I'm not interested in that. And, you know, lastly, I would say as well, as far as taking weight, we've talked about this before, the militia does not have the benefit of organized resupply like the military does. So you can look at the combat loadout of, you know, whoever, the Army, Marines, whatever you want to do, you know, pick your poison. And just understand that sooner or later, generally speaking, there's a truck somewhere that's coming to resupply those guys. Generally speaking. And we won't get into the nuances of that. I think the likelihood of trucks coming to resupply the militia is much lower than the likelihood that the Army or the Marines or Navy or Air Force resupplies their own guys and girls. Because that's pretty much a given. You know, if the battery in your EOTech runs dry, man, they'll send a Black Hawk out to your position and drop it to you. That's not going to happen if the militia gets called in, right? So, point being, it might be worth having 5-10 extra pounds of stuff on your back as long as it doesn't severely degrade your mobility, because the likelihood of somebody coming along and giving you what you need when you need it, I think, is going to be low for the militia. So that's what I would do for a lightweight, Minuteman setup. But I would not skimp on magazines, on water, and on calories, as I've said before, because that's where I see everybody else skimping with the concept that, well, it's 24 hours. Well, look what happened at the Bundy Ranch, right? Those guys all went up there, and within 3 days, those militiamen that responded, and good on them for going, but they were so short on supplies that the townspeople that, were there in that local area, a lot of them came to despise those militia guys because they had nothing, and they needed food, they needed water, they needed blankets. Almost nobody had a sleep system with them, medicine, guys started getting sick, everybody had smelled like smoke, and it just, because they had trying to build campfires to stay warm, and it's awesome that they went out there and stood up against tyranny, but we really need to think about this concept of resupply, and we need to be really honest about what our capabilities are. So I just want you guys to think about that. If it means that you got 5, 8, 10 extra pounds in your rucksack, your day pack with you, so that you have the capabilities to not be that guy that's starving and freezing to death, do it. Because if you can't hit those basic requirements for human sustainment, why are you on an operation in the first place? Does that make sense? So, all right, y'all. That's the light Minuteman Loadout discussion. That's your nugget for the day. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you like and share and comment on these videos, that helps me in YouTube. I'm not looking to make a business out of YouTube, at least not right now. I have so many other things going on that you guys only get me in small doses, which is probably a good thing for y'all. But I do feel like if we can reach more people with these same messages, that would be a good thing. So when you like, comment, and share, that works in the YouTube algorithm to make these videos more visible to newer people, to new people that don't know us, aren't familiar with us, and that could potentially bring more people into the fold. So if you would do that for me, that would help me quite a bit. I really dig the interaction in the comments, guys. And thus far, it's been 99.5% civil, and I'm thankful for that. So keep it coming. You guys can email me at ntxmag. Oh gosh, phonetic alphabet is not working this morning, right? Sorry, rubbing the eyeball. NTX November Tango X-ray Mike Alpha Golf at gmail.com. If you have any questions that are best left unsaid in the comments. So there's your ear nugget. 15-minute ear nugget this morning. You're welcome, ? It's Thursday, so the next time I see you guys will be Sunday evening, but I'll have a lot more content for you guys then. Bye.